Here is the Polish boxer, Sebastian KUSZ. Light heavyweight tournament getting underway today, so it's the first bout of Kielce 2021 for both of these boxers. Here's his opponent from Israel, Oleg BERCOVICH. Naim Ramaj of Croatia is the referee. He'll call both boxers to center ring just as soon as the head guards are fitted and secured.
Round one.
So 81-kilogram light heavyweight action between boxers from Poland and Israel. The home representative wearing red is Sebastian KUSZ, 17 years of age. His opponent is a year older, that is Oleg BERCOVICH from Israel. And this a battle reigning national champions. Nice left jab landed by the taller figure wearing red. And one suspects that is going to be an important punch for him in this particular contest if he hopes to keep his more compact opponent at bay. But of course, the left jab, an important punch for every boxer, irrespective of stature. Some of the more compact boxers in their respective weight classes in history have possessed magnificent jabs. Emil Griffith, former welterweight and middleweight world champion, practically shorter than every opponent he faced, particularly at 160. But his jab was sublime, always beating opponents to the jab. Such was his timing. Plenty of feinting in evidence as KUSZ working to find the range. Left-right combination backs up BERCOVICH to the neutral corner, and then he had a right-hand success. There was a left hook success from BERCOVICH as KUSZ was trying to engage, disengage and back away. So BERCOVICH looking as though he's waiting for the counterpunch, content to move the long way around the boxing ring, and there's a beautiful example of it. During that exchange, he landed a half hook, half uppercut with the left hand, just waiting to draw the lead that he can counter. Here it is once again, looking for that right hand over the top on this occasion, but didn't quite find the range. So BERCOVICH relying on his reflexes, relying on his timing. On that occasion, he did lead off and he got through with the right hand. It was a grazing blow over the top. And in AIBA boxing in general, but AIBA boxing in particular, if you are a back foot operator who likes to counterpunch, sometimes important, just as BERCOVICH did there, to demonstrate another side to your game. So there is no way that you can be perceived as being negative, even though that may be your preferred style, to box on the back foot and try and lure in your opponent. On occasion, have to stand your ground, have to push your opponent back, just to demonstrate to the judges that you're not trying to nick the contest, as he gets through with a looping left hand and a right hand over the top. Right-left success for KUSZ on the back foot, as BERCOVICH changing his posture, just as I suggested that back foot boxers often need to. So enthralling contest, this one. BERCOVICH trying to quicken his feet and walk down his taller opponent. Snaking single gets through from the man in red. Well, a very busy opening 3 minutes and a 4-1 split in favor of the man in red. So for the majority of the round, this was the territory where it was fought. KUSZ on the front foot, but then on occasions, BERCOVICH would try and turn the tables, and there was the half hook, half uppercut that he landed in the midpoint of the opening round. Then towards the end of the round, he got onto the front foot and was looking to push back the Polish boxer. What type of tactics will transpire in the second? The first round taken on a 4-1 split in favor of Sebastian KUSZ.
Round 2.
So both boxers out to ring center to begin the second round, and KUSZ looking to get to work behind a busy lead left hand. Being blocked by the lead left of BERCOVICH, who's trying to counter with it over the top. Fencing in effect between these two in the first 20 seconds of this second round. Lead left hook not too far away. Effective boxing off the back foot as KUSZ was able to spin his way out of the corner. Again, the feinting continues. BERCOVICH, just guilty of waiting too long, was fed a flicking left jab there. And again, there's the layback, but he didn't, after making the man miss, he wasn't able to make him pay. So KUSZ looking to vary his jab, and then he followed it up with a rapid-fire right cross, which did find the range. A 1-2 combination success for KUSZ, who then followed up with a couple of jabs as well. Well, BERCOVICH notably quickened his feet in the closing stages of the opening round. Looks, he's trying to get over the front foot now, and he's quickened his work rate once again. But KUSZ demonstrating adeptness, adroitness on the back foot, and then comes forward with a right hand, left hand success, the left drop down to the body. BERCOVICH backing up once again, trying to draw that lead that he can counter. But he's not having as much counter-punching success here in the first as he enjoyed in the second, a round that he conceded 10-9 for 4 of the judges here at the Halle Legionov, excuse me. Nice defensive maneuvers from KUSZ, from BERCOVICH as KUSZ got onto the front foot. There you see him slipping once again to make the man miss. Not quite sure that he's landing enough successful offense to be ahead in this round with 2 minutes gone. Still a minute to go though, he can turn things around because it's not a volume game. Even though AIBA boxing emphasizes skill, if you start to bomb away with crosses and hooks to put your man on the floor, that can completely turn around on its head. And that is one of the beautiful things about the sport of boxing. As long as the boxers are on their feet, the contest remains within reach, because a single beautifully timed blow can turn everything that preceded it completely on its head. But BERCOVICH hasn't been busy enough for my money here. He's waited, he's made KUSZ miss. He's waiting for that counter, and he's only doing the first half of the equation, making the man miss, but then not making him pay a price. But in between the activity from KUSZ, for my money, he's taken that second round. What say the 5 judges seated ringside? Well, it's a 10-8 round. Such was the inactivity from BERCOVICH for Judge A, 10-9 for the rest of the observers. But KUSZ in complete control. And BERCOVICH, for my money, rather conceded that round in tame fashion. Clear what his tactics are, trying to play the counter-puncher, and he did make KUSZ miss on occasion, but then he was taking combinations like that, and he didn't have any replies that were anywhere near as notable. Unlike in the first round, where he had some success to both body and head, particularly with a half hook, half uppercut. No such successes in the second. This man's in a commanding position.
Seconds out, please.
So it is 20-18 across the board. Because Judge A, who scored the opening round in favor of BERCOVICH, scored the second round 10-8 in favor of KUSZ. So BERCOVICH needs an enormous third and final round, and he's come out with far more intensity in this third, looking for that left hook. But again, you only have 3 3-minute rounds to compete in AIBA boxing, and one has to wonder, where was this urgency, where was this intensity in the second round? Because he conceded the opening round 10-9 for 4 of the 5 scoring judges. But it was a really passive second 3 minutes for the 18-year-old Israeli boxer. And now he finds himself trailing heavily, and he has to go for it. And remember, his tendencies that we've seen here in Kielce 2021 suggest that he's a natural counterpuncher. It's going to be very difficult to win the contest in that tenor, and that's why he's having to get onto the front foot, and that's why he was walked onto a right hand. KUSZ with a left uppercut on the inside. BERCOVICH has got to force the pace now. And this may well go against all of his instincts, all of his preferences. But if he hopes to progress to the round of 16, well, he's got to do something drastic, and it calls for something different. To his credit, he is trying it. But again, it can feel so uncomfortable. If you're used to boxing, if you have a preferred boxing style, and then you're asked to do something completely different, liken it to writing the alphabet with your opposite hand. You know what you have to do, but doing it with your left hand, if you're a right-hander, is very difficult indeed. Some boxers, of course, have no weakness and can box forwards, backwards, going laterally, counter-punch, be the aggressor. But those men and women boxers, very few and far between, and those who can operate in that fashion, provided they're in good condition and have got good punch resistance as well, they generally go on to become greats of the game. But make no mistake, there have been plenty of greats of the game, as KUSZ is moving wonderfully now to evade the advances, and then scores with a beautiful 1-2 between the gloves of the man in blue, then a jolting left jab, snaps BERCOVICH's head back again. But there have been many greats of the game who have been strictly one-way boxers. But BERCOVICH, again, one suspects he's going against all of his preferred stylistic talents here. But he's got to do it if he hopes to progress. He takes a right hand on a chin that was wide open, and another one crashes over the top of a low-held left. Well, BERCOVICH started this well, despite conceding the opening round 4-1, but then since that time, he rather conceded the second round by virtue of his inactivity, and then in the third round, when he had to get onto the front foot and really chase the contest, he wasn't able to close the gap because KUSZ controlled the space of the boxing ring very well indeed. He's going to be going through to the last 16 of the light heavyweight division on a unanimous points verdict, one suspects. But of course, we await official confirmation. That's just my perspective from here ringside at the Halle Legionov.
Ladies and gentlemen, winner by unanimous decision is boxer from red corner, Sebastian KUSZ, Poland.
So Sebastian KUSZ, a unanimous points decision victor over Oleg BERCOVICH of Israel. Very controlled display indeed. He acknowledging all sides of the ring here at this, his home championships, and he goes through to the round of 16. Oleg BERCOVICH eliminated here in the round of 32.